Today we are going to discuss some important questions from chapter probability. So this chapter is very easy as well as scoring also. So without wasting any time, let us start the problem. The first question is, a dice is thrown once. Find the probability. Find the probability of getting a composite number. So first of all, we should know what is a composite number. A composite number is a number which has more than two factors. For example, if I take 4, the factors of 4 are 1 and 4, 2 and 2. So you can see here how many factors are there? 3 factors are there. So 4 is a composite number. So similarly, if I take 6, the factors of 6 are 1 and 6, 2 and 3. So here you can see there are 4 factors. So any number which is having more than 2 factors, then it is known as a composite number. Okay. Now let us see how to solve this problem. So here the condition is a dice is thrown once. So when a dice is thrown once, the possible outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Why only 6? Because on a dice you can see that there are numbers, that means the dots are there from 1 to 6. 1 to 6 dots are there starting from 1. So that's why the possibility is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are the possible outcomes, or in other words we can say, therefore total number of outcomes is equal to how much? 6. These are the total number of outcomes. So now let us take E as an event. So what is the event? The event of getting a composite number. Getting a composite number. So out of these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what are the composite numbers? So the composite numbers, or we can write it as favorable outcomes. Favorable outcomes to E. So what are the two favorable outcomes? 4 and 6. Why? Because these are the only two numbers which are composite. So these are the favorable outcomes. Or next we can write like this also: number of favorable outcomes. So what are the number of favorable outcomes? 2, that is 4 and 6. So now you have to substitute the values in the probability formula. So what is the probability of an event? It is given by favorable outcomes by total number of outcomes. So here you can see favorable outcomes. How many favorable outcomes are there? 2 upon total number of outcomes, 6, or we can say 2 ones are 2 3s are. So the answer is 1 by 3. So simply you have to remember the formula favorable outcomes by total number of outcomes. So what are the favorable outcomes here? 2. Next, total number of outcomes, that is 2 by 6. So if we simplify, we'll get 1 by 3. Now let us see the next problem. A dice is thrown at once. Find the probability of getting an even prime number. So here you have to see in this question, you have to find out even prime number. So first of all, let us see, we need the total number of outcomes and favorable outcomes. So as usual, what are the favorable outcomes? So this is a dice, no? So for a dice, total number of outcomes, generally the outcomes will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here what are the total number of outcomes? So total will be 6. So we'll have 6 outcomes. 6 outcomes are there. Next, now let us take, let E be our event of getting an even prime number. In the question, you are having even prime number. So out of these 6 numbers, how many numbers are there which are even primes? So if you consider prime number, as we discussed before also, prime number is any number which has 2 factors, in which one will be the factor and you will have number itself. So here out of these 6 numbers, you can see here 2 is the even prime number, 4 is composite number, 6 is also composite number. So you are having only one even prime number. So that is the favorable outcomes to E, how many outcomes are there? That is 2. That is only 1. So that is number of favorable outcomes to E is only 1. So this is the number, but total how many outcomes are there? Favorable outcomes 1. So what is the formula? PE is equal to number of favorable outcomes, that is 1 by total number of favorable outcomes. Total is 6. So this is our final answer. Next question. Find the probability of getting a sum of the numbers on them is 7 when two dice are rolled at a time. So this is the question. First of all, you have to understand the question, what is there. So here two dice are being rolled. In the previous question there was only one dice. So here we are rolling two dice. So that means the number will be in pairs. Okay. So first of all, you have to find out the total number of outcomes. Total number of outcomes are 6 into 6. So why 6 into 6? Because there are two dice. 6 into 6 is the total number of outcomes. So now let us take, let E be the event. So what is the event? That is getting some of the numbers as 7. So when you are rolling the dice at a time, you should get 7. So we can write like this: 1 comma 6. Why I am taking 1 and 6? If I add both of them, so that will be 7. So similarly 2 comma 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. 3 comma 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. 4 comma 3. 4 plus 3 is 7. 5 comma 2. 5 plus 2 is 7. So similarly 6 comma 1 is 7. So now, so these are the favorable outcomes. So total favorable outcomes, how many are there? Total favorable outcomes, you can see here there are 6 favorable outcomes. So remember here This one is total number of outcomes. So total number of outcomes will always come in the denominator. So that is 36. So here, how many favorable outcomes are there? 6 outcomes are there. If you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 favorable outcomes are there. So 6 ones are 6, 6 are 36. So the probability of getting 7 is 1 by 6. Let us move on to the next problem. If one card is randomly selected from a well shuffled deck of cards, then find the probability of getting 1. A face card, 2, a jack of hearts, and third one, an ace card. So you have to find out these 3 probabilities. So first of all, let us see how many number of face cards are there. Jack of hearts and an ace card in a deck of cards. So you have to remember here, this deck of cards is always 52. That is, total number of cards is always 52. So the first situation is number of face cards. So when you see the number of face cards, here you can see that how many face cards are available in a deck of 52 cards is 12. So let E1 be the event of getting a face card. So this is the event E1. So here number of favorable outcomes. So number of favorable outcomes is given by 12. So what is the probability here? Probability of E1 is given by total number of outcomes. How much? As I said before, there are 52 cards. So favorable outcomes is 12. So if we simplify, 2 6 are 2 2s are 26, 2 3s are 13. So the probability is 3 by 13. So this is the probability of getting number of face cards. Now let us see the second condition. Number of jack heart cards. So in a total number of 52 cards, only you'll have one card. So we'll take, let E2 be the event of getting a jack of heart card. So according to the formula, now I'll take number of favorable outcomes to E2. So that is nothing but only one favorable outcome is there. So the probability of getting E2 is given by 1 by 52. So this is the probability of getting jack of heart cards. So now let us see the third condition, that is of getting an ace card. So if you see the number of cards present in a deck of cards is 4 ace cards are there. So this 4 will be our favorable outcome. So simply you have to write 4 by 52. So P E3. So let E3 be the event of getting an ace card. So P E3 is given by 4 by 52. Simply you can cut it, 4 ones are and 4 13s are. So the probability of getting an ace card is 1 by 13. So the first one was getting a face card, which was the probability was 3 by 13. Second one was getting a jack of heart cards, the probability was 1 by 52. The last one was getting an ace card, the probability was 1 by 13. So this is our final answer. So let us see one more problem. A bag contains 5 red balls, 8 white balls and 4 green colored balls. If a ball is selected randomly, if it is selected randomly from the bag, then find the probability that selected ball is 1, a green ball, 2, not a white ball. So this is the condition. Now we have to solve this problem. So here first of all you have to find out the total number of outcomes. So if you want to get the total number of outcomes, simply you have to add 5 plus 8 plus 4. So you will get 17. So 17 is our total number of outcomes. So the first condition is number of green balls. So the green balls means, let us take the event as E1, that is of getting green ball. So green, the value of green, how many balls are there? Green balls, 4 green balls are there. So 4 by 17 is our probability. So this is our first condition, and this is the first answer of getting a green ball. The next condition is not a white ball. Here now let us see number of white balls. So how many white balls are there? 8 balls are there. So number of non-white balls we have to find out. So how will you get this number of non-white balls? That is 17. That is total balls minus 8 white balls. So if you subtract, you will get 9. So these are the 9 non-white balls. So now we have to find the probability. If we consider this E2 event, a second event, so here we can say total means you will get 17 here, total balls. The probability of getting non-white is 9. 9 by 17. So this is our answer. I hope that you are able to understand this probability problems. These are very easy and you can easily score good marks from this chapter.